The outcome of the US presidential election matters to the whole world. What happens in America doesn't stay in America. The outcome of the US presidential election matters to the whole world. The reason, whether Kamala Harris or Donald Trump wins on the 5th of November, will have huge consequences for the course of global affairs. Nowhere will this be more visible than in Ukraine and the Middle East. Let's start with Ukraine. For 2.5 years now, Ukrainians have been defending themselves against Russian invasion. If Vice President Harris wins the election, we can expect the US to keep supporting Ukraine. Harris has insisted she wouldn't countenance defeat for Kyiv. "I will work to ensure Ukraine prevails in this war," she said. As such, President Harris might lift the US veto on Ukraine using Western missiles to strike inside Russia. By contrast, if former President Trump wins, the US might stop supporting Ukraine. Trump has been straightforward about his desire to end the war. "We're going to very much work with both parties to try and get this settled." What that end looks like is fuzzy. Trump has refused to reveal any details about his plan. But his vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, has hinted it could entail creating a demilitarized zone in the territory conquered by Russia. Ukraine could also be barred from NATO and forced to adopt a position of neutrality. Harris has warned against such a deal with Russia. "There are some in my country who would instead force Ukraine to give up large parts of its sovereign territory, who would demand that Ukraine accept neutrality, and would require Ukraine to forego security relationships with other nations," Harris said, in a jibe to Trump. She added, "These proposals are the same as those of Russian President Vladimir Putin. And let us be clear, they are not proposals for peace. Instead, they are proposals for surrender, which is dangerous."